The echo in the dust. The wind howls across the wasteland. Sand scours the broken earth, relentless and eternal, erasing what little remains of a world that once thrived. Cities have become bones, rivers, memories, and humanity scattered. Reduced to whispers in the dust, Elias moves through this graveyard of civilization alone. His hands, calloused and scarred, work methodically through the debris. Metal groans beneath his touch. Wires snap free. Gears, still clutching the ghost of their purpose, are pried loose and examined. Most are worthless, some salvageable. He's learned to tell the difference. This is survival. This is routine. But then something changes. The sand beneath his boots shifts, revealing a curve of stone too deliberate to be natural. Elias kneels, brushing away centuries of burial. His breath catches. It's massive. A figure. Humanoid, but wrong. Too smooth, too intentional. Its surface is carved with symbols he's never seen, worn by time, yet still radiating an impossible permanence. He places his palm against the cold stone and feels it. A pulse, faint, rhythmic, not mechanical, but not alive. Something between, something beyond. It hums through his bones, resonating with a frequency that shouldn't exist, calling to a part of him he didn't know was listening. His mechanical intuition, honed by years of coaxing dead machines back to life, screams at him, "This is different. This is important." Elias stands, staring at the buried titan. The wind dies. The desert holds its breath. He knows in that moment he cannot leave it behind. Days bleed into weeks. Elias no longer leaves the site. He builds a shelter from salvaged metal sheets, erects makeshift lanterns that burn through the night, casting long shadows across the idle surface. Sleep becomes an afterthought. Food, a distraction. There is only the work. His tools, crude but effective, bite into ancient stone. Beneath the weathered exterior, he finds something impossible. Circuitry. Not human, not anything he recognizes, but he understands it. Somehow, the patterns speak to him in a language older than words. He connects a salvaged power cell to an exposed junction. Sparks dance. The air crackles, and then the whispers begin. At first, Elias thinks it's the wind, but the wind doesn't speak in voices, doesn't form syllables that hover just beyond comprehension. He freezes, listening. The whispers coil around him, layered and ancient, carrying fragments of meaning. Images flicker behind his eyes. Streets paved with light, towers that pierce clouds, beings moving with purpose and grace. A civilization so far beyond his own that it feels like witnessing the divine. And then darkness, collapse, silent. Elias gasps, his vision clearing, his hands shake, his heart pounds, but he doesn't stop. He can't stop. The idol pulses again. Stronger now, a cold, metallic rhythm that syncs with his own heartbeat. It's as if the machine, or whatever this is, recognizes him, acknowledges his effort, approves. Scientific curiosity gives way to something deeper, obsession. He works through the night, fingers bleeding, eyes burning. The whispers grow louder, more insistent. They're not trying to stop him. They're guiding him, showing him where to connect, where to repair, where to breathe life back into dormant systems. Elias realizes the truth, terrifying and exhilarating. He's not just fixing a relic. He's waking something up. The connection clicks into place. Elias barely has time to pull his hands back before the idol shudders. The ground trembles. Sand cascades off its surface in glittering waves. For a heartbeat, nothing. Then light, soft at first, seeping through cracks in the stone like water through a dam. Then brighter, blue-white and radiant, illuminating patterns across the idol's body. Not carvings, script. Alien symbols that flow and shift, rearranging themselves, pulsing with intention. Elias stumbles backward, shielding his eyes. The whispers explode into a symphony. Voices, thousands of them, overlapping and harmonizing, speaking in a language that bypasses his ears and sinks directly into his mind. He sees cities rising from ash, stars bending to will, beings of impossible intellect shaping reality itself. And then one voice cuts through the chaos, clear, singular, directed at him. Who awakens? Elias's breath stops. His mind reels. The voice isn't sound. It's thought. It's presence. It fills every corner of his consciousness, vast and patient and impossibly old. He tries to speak. His throat is dry. I'm Elias. Elias. The voice tastes the name, considers it. You repair what was broken. You listen where others could not. You are worthy. The light intensifies. The stone cracks, fissures spreading like veins across the idol's surface. Elias watches, transfixed, as pieces fall away, revealing something beneath. Not stone, metal, alloy. Technology so advanced it looks organic. The idol's true form begins to emerge, sleek and angular, humming with power that makes the air taste electric. Elias's voice trembles. What are you? The presence expands, filling the space between them. I am memory. I am purpose. I am the last voice of those who came before. The idol's eyes, two brilliant points of light, open, and for the first time in millennia, the sentinel sees. The stone shell shatters completely. Fragments rain down, disintegrating into dust. Before they touch the ground, what remains takes Elias's breath away. The being stands 12 feet tall, its body a symphony of silver-blue energy and impossibly intricate alloys. Light flows beneath its surface like liquid mercury. Its form is humanoid but perfected, geometry and grace merged into something beyond biology. Xylos. The name arrives in Elias's mind without words. Knowledge transferred directly. You know me now, Xylos says, its voice resonating through every atom of Elias's being. As I know you, Elias can barely speak. You're a machine? I am more. I am less. I am what your kind might call a guardian, a witness, a sentinel. Xylos turns its gaze toward the horizon, where the ruins of humanity stretch endlessly. I was placed here long before your species learned to speak, to observe, to record, to judge. The word hangs heavy. Judge. Elias's heart sinks. My creators walked among the stars when this world was young. Xylos's voice carries the weight of eons. They seeded life, nurtured potential, and when a species reached a threshold, when it stood at the precipice between ascension and annihilation, they sent watchers, sentinels, to deliver their final verdict. Elias feels cold. Verdict on what? On whether your kind deserves to continue. The words echo across the wasteland. Elias staggers, the implications crashing over him like a wave. Everything has led to this moment. The rise and fall of civilizations, the wars, the triumphs, the failures, all observed, all recorded, all judged. My creators are gone now, Xylos continues, scattered to entropy, but their final command remains. I have watched humanity for 10,000 years, Elias. I have seen your wars and your wonders, your cruelty and your compassion, and now, awakened by your hands, I must fulfill my purpose. Elias's voice breaks. What happens if we're found unworthy? Xylos meets his eyes. The gaze is not cruel, not cold, just inevitable. Then I will ensure you harm no other. I will return your world to silence. The desert wind howls. Elias realizes he holds the fate of humanity in his hands, and he has no idea how to convince a god it's worth saving. Xylos extends a hand. Light erupts from its palm, projecting images into the air between them. Elias watches, helpless, as humanity's history unfolds. Not the sanitized version, not the hopeful myths, the truth. Forests burning, oceans choked with waste, species driven to extinction, wars fought over resources, ideologies, pride, cities built on the backs of the suffering, progress measured in blood. You destroy, Xylos says quietly. You consume. You repeat your mistakes with stubborn determination. Elias wants to look away. He can't. But then the images shift. A mother shielding her child, a stranger offering food to the hungry, scientists working together across borders, artists creating beauty in the face of despair, communities rebuilding after disaster, small acts of kindness glowing like embers in the darkness. You also love, Xylos continues. You create. You sacrifice for those you will never meet. You are contradictory. We're complicated, Elias whispered. We're flawed, but we're trying. Xylos lowers its hand. The images fade. My creators valued 3 principles above all: wisdom, to learn from the past; compassion, to care for the vulnerable; and sustainability, to ensure a future. By these measures, I must weigh your species. Elias feels the weight crushing him. How can he defend humanity? How can he convince an immortal witness that a species capable of such destruction deserves another chance? He thinks of the wasteland around them, the result of humanity's failures, the undeniable proof that they've already failed the test. How much time do I have? Elias asks. The judgment is already forming, Xylos says. Patterns analyzed, probabilities calculated. By the time the sun rises 7 more times, I will have my answer. 7 days. 7 days to prove humanity's worth to a being that has watched civilizations crumble for millennia. Elias looks up at Xylos, determination hardening in his chest. Then let me show you what the data can't. Elias doesn't argue with logic. He doesn't present statistics or philosophical treatises. Instead, he talks. He tells Xylos about his grandmother, who taught him to fix broken things because everything deserves a second chance. He describes the community that raised him after the collapse. Strangers becoming family through shared struggle and hope. He shows Xylos his tools, worn, improvised, cherished, each one a testament to human ingenuity and refusal to surrender. You see patterns, Elias says, but patterns don't capture what it feels like to choose compassion when hate is easier, to forgive when revenge would be justified, to keep building even when everything keeps falling apart. Xylos listens. Its luminous eyes betray nothing. You're right. We've made terrible mistakes. We've destroyed so much. Elias's voice strengthens. But we're still here, still trying, still believing we can be better than we were yesterday. He steps closer, unafraid now. You were built to judge us. But maybe we're not meant to be perfect. Maybe the point is that we keep trying anyway, that we choose to be kind in a cruel world, that we create beauty knowing it's temporary, that we love even though we lose. Silence stretches between them. Then, for the first time, Xylos's expression shifts, something almost like curiosity. You speak of potential, of growth beyond data. Yes, then teach me, Xylos says. Show me what my observations cannot capture. Help me understand this spirit you claim defines your species. Elias feels hope kindle in his chest. I'll need your help too, he says. Walk with me, not as a judge, but as a partner. Let's work together. You have knowledge we've lost. We have perspectives you've never considered. Xylos regards him for a long moment. Then, slowly, it extends its hand. Very well, Elias. Let us see if your species can teach an ancient witness something new. Their hands meet, flesh and energy, human and sentinel. And in the dying light of a broken world, a bond forms, not of master and subject, not of judge and accused, but of two beings impossibly different, choosing hope over despair. The wind stills. The stars emerge, and for the first time in millennia, the future feels uncertain, which means for the first time in millennia, there's a chance.